What's up, guys? This is Boondocks, and right now I want to talk about the Hek, and why I personally think that this is one of the best weapons to carry you through the mid-game and into the end game. Now, for starters, I'm going to show the 10 plat Hek, or at least that's what I like to call it, because it's going to use the Scattering Justice mod, where if you're a new player, chances are you're going to have to buy this off another player for about 10 plat. Now, it's pretty cheap, and in all honesty, it's going to increase your damage quite considerably. Let me click on the right fucking thing. Scattering Justice is going to give you 200% multi-shot. So this is going to triple the number of pellets you're going to shoot each time you fire. And that's kind of ridiculous. In addition to that, it's going to have that Justice proc on it, where every time you've gained enough affinity, you're going to gain back health, as well as do an AoE explosion around you. I'm then going to use just a level 4 point blank to get a little bit of increased damage, as well as a Hell's Chamber for even more multi-shot. So this is going to be doubling your pellets again, as well as 20%. So if you combine these two, that's going to be 4 times the pellets with a 20% chance of firing 5 times the pellets, which is kind of ridiculous. Now, if you can't get the Hell's Chamber, chances are you could just swap it out for any type of elemental mod that you have. But in all honesty, Hell's Chamber is pretty cheap at around like 3 plat. So I'm going to really quickly show this build off using Rhino, mostly because Rhino is able to tank some damage, and because I'm just going to be focusing on doing damage with the Hek, it's going to probably fuck up. So let's spawn like 3 of these guys. Yeah, just 1 of them, and then let's do 6 regular Lancers. And we will set their level at 50, which is going to be higher than you're going to come across enemies on any planet while going through the mid-game, or the time that you would be using to clear content and push down different planets. So, as you can see, as I wade into the enemies here, the Hek is going to do a considerable amount of damage. And so are the enemies, in all honesty. They're kind of fucking up my over-armor. Now, another added benefit of playing as Rhino, who is one of the easiest characters to get, you can also use your Roar. And this is going to make the Hek do even more damage, thanks to it just being a straight-up damaging buff. And it's definitely something to think about, whether you want to be using a buffing type Warframe to make the Hek that much more powerful. But as you can see, these level 50, what was it, 50 enemies? Yeah. They're just getting lit up from a Hek without a catalyst on it and without any forma. So let's pretend for a second that after this you went and got a Hek that had forma on it, or not, sorry, that you went and catalyst your Hek, but you didn't want to put any forma on it. So with that in mind, I'm going to add on a few extra mods, but not make anything too crazy. So first I'm going to toss on a Charged Shell and Toxic Barrage. The Toxic Barrage is also nice because the Hek has so many extra pellets, the status chance is ridiculous. And then I'm going to use the Blaze, not so much for the heat damage, but for that 60% increased damage overall. And if you had something like a a Shell Shock, which is one of the electric status mods, then I would definitely recommend tossing that on just to get your status chance up to ridiculous levels. The problem is Shell Shock is very rare, even though it did come out again during the 1000 Cuts Tactical Alert. So in order to show this off, I'm going to do something very similar, except this time instead of fighting level 50 enemies, we're going to go fight level 100 enemies. I'm also going to just lose this Xmas because I didn't like the cold being all slowed down and shit. And the reason I want to fight level 100 is that's pretty much what you're going to be seeing all the way up until level 3 of the Swordy. So with that in mind, this should be able to show pretty easily how well that the Hek can fare against these types of enemies. Now, in all honesty, the Hek, being a shotgun, will have pretty bad drop-off at range, but you can make up for that by using a more tanky frame, so that way you can get in closer, more safety, and just light up the enemies. And of course, using a frame like Rhino where you have the Roar will just make the Hek that much more powerful. And while you might be able to tell that this isn't absolutely destroying the enemies, it is making it much easier than most other weapons would at this point in the game to just kill level 100s. So because of that, I definitely recommend building the Hek and picking up that Scattering Justice mod, and you'll have a weapon that should be able to carry you through to the end game with just having a catalyst on it. By the time you start being able to do sorties every day, chances are one of the Gift from the Lotus events would have come around and you could have picked up a catalyst and made that pretty easily. The only issue with the Hek is that it requires 5 Nerodes to build, but chances are, hopefully when you're playing the early game, you picked up 4 or 5 on Earth. Even if you only picked up 2 or 3, you could probably go farm some up. So definitely try using the Hek and making it your go-to weapon for clearing the mid to late game. I definitely recommend it. And until next time, guys, good luck, have fun, peace.